Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming my foundation drawer declutter slash reviews slash declutter slash collection, and I really missed seeing my face on camera when I was going through stuff. And with my eyeshadow palette collection video this year, like, I thought I did a good job, but I don't know, I feel like I tried to keep it like short and sweet, because sometimes you can get really caught up in the eyeshadow palettes and really start talking about them and giving backstories. But I don't know, maybe that's like the best part of the eyeshadow palette collection. So I'm not quite sure if I would do it quite so swiftly again in 2023. But I still have foundations, concealers, setting sprays, powders, like so many categories that I still need to go through, and I have a little bit of time today, so I thought, let me go ahead and just chit chat to you guys, show my face, my makeup was already done, and talk you through some of the foundations that I'm keeping, what I'm gonna get rid of, and we'll just see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Maybe you guys will really like this style, maybe you'll hate it, and if so, I'll just go back to my overhead filming situation. But I'm not ready to do all that with my camera and my lights right now. So I'm just gonna show my face on camera and you guys are gonna deal with it. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I post about 3 to 4 times a week, so highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you don't miss out on any of my new uploads. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, so it's kind of not really like planned here, but my foundations are the first drawer on my Alex desk, so I'm just gonna grab them and talk to you guys about them. I was planning on filming a video like a few months back where I tried every single one of my foundations, and it was gonna be a foundation declutter, but I actually wrote notes on all of the ones I tried. So if I have any notes, I'll refer to those for you guys, but we're just gonna go. We'll see how it goes. One I'm for sure not getting rid of is the one I have on today. This is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation, and this one launched this year, and I've always had the hardest time matching my skin tone to the Makeup Forever foundations, and I ended up having to go into store with this one because the one I ordered online was not the right shade, and I think this one works well. I mean, I'm always, you know, checking to see if the shade is a match and stuff, but so far I think this worked out well for me. This is 3N42, and I really like this foundation. It isn't too matte, it's not too dewy, it wears really well, it's pretty long wearing, so I love that for me. And overall, I'm really impressed with this one. I have been comparing this to some of the other foundations that launched this year, and I have some that I really love, but I think this is my favorite foundation that launched this year. Okay, so these are oldies but goodies. I have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundations, and these are so affordable, you guys. I think these are like $5 from the drugstore, so I don't use them a ton, but sometimes I use them because when I'm just filming a video, I don't need to use like the most expensive foundations I have. And I have 2 shades. I have Caramel and Amber Beige. So Caramel is a medium deep and Amber Beige is a medium dark. This one just looks more warm tone to me in person, and this one looks a little bit more peachy. But these do work for me. I just think for the price point, these are amazing. Again, this is the dewy formula. They also have, I think, like a normal formula that I've also tried. I don't think I have any of those, but I think that if I wasn't a YouTuber, I wouldn't keep these, but I just like having an affordable option as well. So I am going to be keeping these 2 from Wet n Wild. Okay, so one I've been wanting to declutter for a long time is the Lawless Conceal the Deal Long Wear Full Coverage Foundation. So this is a very matte. It's a full coverage foundation, but the reason I need to declutter this one is because it's too orange for me. The shade is just off, and It's such a bummer. Look at how orange it is. It's so orange. So yeah, I just don't need this kind of shade in my life. I don't need to look like an Oompa Loompa when I don't have an orange skin tone. So yeah, for those reasons, this one is going to be decluttered. Okay, so next I have the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundations, and I also ended up grabbing the concealer. So my foundations and concealers are in the same drawer, and I have two shades. So my winter shade is 50 CG, which is this one, and then this is my summer shade, which is 60 CG. There's really hardly any of this left. I think I tried really hard to pan this one, and I think I might just be able to put this in my empties. I mean, it definitely looks a little gross, so I think I'm definitely going to go ahead and empty that out. I'm going to hold on to 50 CG because I did pick this one up a lot more recently. I have used quite a bit. If you look at the bottle, I mean, I've made quite the dent in that, and I'm not somebody that goes through my foundations fast. I did write down that I felt like this was a lot cakier than I remember. I also wrote down that it used to be one of my holy grail foundations, but since it felt so cakey this summer, I'm not 100% sure. But the weird thing about me is that I like dewier foundations in the summertime, and then in the winter I like a more full coverage matte, which is so odd because I have such dry skin and I live in a very, very, very cold climate. So you would think I would like something more hydrating in the wintertime, but that hasn't been my track record with foundation. So I think it's a little weird, but just the other day I was using like this full coverage foundation and I'm like, I really like how this looks. How is that possible? It's so cold. My skin is so dry. So I don't know if it's like the pregnancy hormones. I don't know if it's my new moisturizer I've been using. I don't know what it is, but I need to give this another shot now that it's like full-blown winter here. And since this one is, you know, something that I've enjoyed in the past, I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to keep the concealer as well because I do like that. But I'm going to go ahead and put this in my empties bin, which is so exciting for me because that hardly ever happens. Okay, I feel like this Dior Skin Glow keeps like escaping declutters. I have the shade 4W0. This is a 24-hour wear radiant perfection skincare foundation with sunscreen. I don't ever remember being blown away by this. I think I picked this up because somebody recommended it to me. Although now I'm like, maybe I should keep it just because I can use it like when I'm filming. Sometimes I just film and I'm at home, so I don't need to like buy or use up like one of my foundations that I like to wear like when I'm going out and stuff like that. So now I'm not sure. This is going to be in the purgatory drawer. I would like to really cut down on my foundations and really narrow things down so that I don't have like a million options, because when I have a lot of options, I feel like I don't end up going for those ones that I'm like, oh, I'm going to wear that on a day where I don't want to use an expensive foundation, or that one's one I want to empty out. So let me use that, but we'll see. I'm going to have like a little purgatory pile as well. Okay, so I really liked the Good Apple foundation when I tried it. I can't remember if this came out this year. I think it came out last year because I think I tested this out when I lived in my last house, but I'm going to hold on to it. I should probably bring it out and try it. This is the shade Tan 006. I do remember really liking this foundation. This is the Valentino, Very Valentino Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF Light Lasting Perfecting Foundation. I have the shade MA5. I'm trying to remember to mention shade names for you guys because I know that some of you have very similar skin tone to mine and some of you use me as a reference for picking out foundation shades. So I'm trying to remember to mention them because I don't always remember when I'm filming videos to mention what shade I'm wearing. So yeah, I really, really like this foundation. It's pretty long wearing and I was honestly pretty impressed. It does have a fragrance to it from what I remember, but that doesn't really bother me. But if you are sensitive to fragrance, just know that it smells like bougie perfumed foundation. I think I'm actually going to pull this out and use this the next time I film because I haven't used it in a while and I'm curious to see how I feel about it. Okay, next I have the Beauty Bakery Insta Bake Foundation. This is in the shade 329W Neutral. I think I've worn this in a video where I tried out Beauty Bakery, but I honestly don't remember how I feel about this. So I think I'm gonna have to put this in my purgatory pile and try this again before I decide, because I don't want to get rid of something that could potentially be good. And I remember I swatched that so many times in store because I was so curious about the formula and it felt like a really nice foundation. So I'm gonna give that one another shot. Okay, another bougie fragranced foundation. This is from Gucci Beauty. This one you can definitely smell. This is the shade 340N in medium. I think this is the only foundation that Gucci does. It's the Fluid de Beaute Natural Finish Foundation. So this one is really nice. I feel like I haven't worn this one in a while as well. This is why I need to go through my drawer, because I need to pull things out and I need to be able to use them so I can actually like finish them out before I buy more foundations. But this is a nice foundation. I really like this shade match. It was definitely tough to figure out what shade I might be in this. It's also one of the more expensive foundations I own, so I'm definitely gonna hold on to this. Okay, next from Jaclyn Cosmetics, we have the Skin Perfecting Blurring Tint, and I have the shade Medium Tan. I feel like a lot of people didn't like this. I don't know why I bought this. I think maybe it was on sale, so I was like, let me try it, because everybody has like mixed feelings on this. I feel like I remember that I don't not like this. I think it was okay. I think it worked for me. I think it was a decent foundation. I think I might have to put this in purgatory though too, just because I want to give it another go and then really make up my mind about it. Okay, it took me a while to get on to this foundation, but my friend Angie loves this. This is the Natasha Denona Foundation X, and I have the shade 70WN, and I think this one is being discontinued. It's been on sale forever, and there's not really a lot of shades left of this foundation. So I want to use it up before I, take it out of my collection, but it's a nice foundation. It has a very natural finish to it, and it's very long wearing, so it's really, really nice. Okay, another one that needs to go into purgatory. This is the Rare Beauty Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer. I do like quite a few tinted moisturizers, tinted oils, skin tints in general, but this one I was rather unsure of. I didn't feel like there was much coverage with this, but I think this launched during one of the Sephora sales, so I did grab it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one in my purgatory pile as well, and I will keep you guys posted on my thoughts. Okay, this is another really good drugstore foundation option, again under $10. This is Profusion Feel Good Skin Longwear Skin Perfector with hyaluronic acid, medium to full coverage. I have 3 different shades, so I have Tan 1, Tan 3, and Tan 5. As you can see, like, it's so hard with the drugstore makeup in the US because they don't have testers, and these all freaking look the same in my opinion. So how was I supposed to know which shade was gonna work on me? So I did buy all 3. I don't know if I actually can use Tan 1. So Tan 1 is neutral, Tan 3 is warm yellow, and Tan 5 is also described as warm yellow. So maybe I don't need Tan 1. I know I've used these in the past. I just don't know which shade I've used. So I'm going to keep these and definitely figure out if I can even wear Tan 1. I don't know, but I know for sure I've tried this foundation and it is a nice drugstore foundation. Okay, so we have the Nude Sticks Tinted Cover Foundation. This is really a nice foundation. It is in the shade Nude 6. I think this might be a little light for me, but I really enjoyed this. I don't know if I had it in a Shop My Stash or what, or maybe I was wearing it for filming, but it was nice. I was gifted this one, so again, I was like, let me just wear it because I can, use it and not feel too guilty about it when I'm filming for the day. So I really like it, but I think it's time to let it go, declutter my foundation drawer a little bit. Another one, I think it's time to let go. This one, I mean, I'm sure there's still product in it, but I mean, I can hear the product in it. This is so nice. This is the Kosas Tinted Face Oil, and I wear the shade 7.5. Maybe I could see myself repurchasing this in the future because it's such a nice, lightweight, skin perfecting product, but I think it's time to let it go because I've had this for like 2-3 years now, and I don't think I used it at all last summer. So yeah, I think I have enough foundation, so I'm gonna let that one go. And then this one from Beauty Blender, this is a nice one. This is the Bounce Skin Tint, and it's always on Radiant Skin Tint, and I have the shade Tan 4. Again, a nice foundation. It's not too heavy, but it does provide some good coverage, and I like the shade match, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to it. Okay, so the next foundation I'm keeping is this one from Lisa Eldridge. This is the Seamless Skin Foundation. I think this launched last holiday, and I have the shade 22. I think this is a good shade match. Again, a very pricey foundation, so I don't know that I would suggest like running out and buying this. Plus, it's really hard to color match. I mean, I feel like Lisa Eldridge did her best to provide as much information, but if you're in the US, I mean, I don't even know if you're in the UK or in Europe, if you can go into a store and try this. Not 100% sure, but I think this is a good shade match for me. Is it my favorite foundation? Like, holy grail, like if I were to lose this tomorrow, I'd go run out and buy this again? No, it's not. I actually don't think I have any foundations like that, only because I think since I make YouTube videos full time, I have a lot of options and I'm okay and I can make most of them work for me. So yeah, I wouldn't repurchase this, but it is a nice foundation. I'm happy I have it. I wore this very recently in a video as well, and I'm gonna hold on to it and try my best to pan it. Okay, next is another affordable foundation. This is the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation. This one is $6.99. I think I scored it for like $2.99 or $3.99. Like Essence was half off at Ulta. This is a hydrating foundation with hyaluronic and aloe vera, and I bought the shade Warm Desert. Again, same complaint when you see this on display. It's so hard to know what shade to get, so I definitely winged it. But it works for me. I think maybe it's a hair light, but I can make it work when I like bronze and stuff. So I wrote on here that this is affordable, long-lasting, and didn't feel cakey. So another great one for me to film with. I actually had this in my Shop My Stash for quite some time, so I'm going to go ahead and hold on to this. Okay, I have this concealer. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Concealer, and I think somebody actually sent this to me because they had a few extra shades, and this is in the shade, did I tell you guys? 42. I think this is a little too dark for me, and I like a concealer that is a little bit thick because I have pretty dark under eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go because I felt like it was a little too lightweight for me. So we're gonna go ahead and declutter. I have my Kevyn & Kwan Sensual Skin Concealer. This one I need to use. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. This is in the shade SX11. They have since reformulated this. I did end up trying the reformulated one. I didn't think it was that exciting, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this because I haven't in a while and I'm curious to know my thoughts because I really liked it in the winter time. And then I have the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Caramel. This is actually my second pot of this. I had a lighter shade. I am trying to finish this up. As you can see, there's a little bit of a dent in it. It's a really nice concealer, very creamy, very nice, works well for my under eyes, and yeah, it does the job. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to this one. And then we have another backup of the Urban Decay Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. So I showed you guys I have one shade in, this is NN60, and then this is medium. So I wonder what number this is. Does it not say? I don't know why I keep buying more concealers. Like, I have no business buying more. Oh my gosh, this is the other older one. Oh gosh, do they even sell these? I did really like this concealer. I've panned a few of these. So I'm going to take that out of the box so I can use it. I'm going to throw the box out. But oh, I have another one too. This is also medium. So apparently I thought I was just going to go through that. So we've got some concealers there that we're going to keep. I think because of the ridiculous amount of Urban Decay concealers I have, I'm going to need to cut down and get rid of these. So I have the Born to Glow concealer from NYX. This is the Radiant Concealer, and I know my friend Angie loves this concealer, so that's why I bought it. But I think this one's a little bit too lightweight for my under eyes. I do like a little bit of a thick concealer, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter. I'm also going to declutter this Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. I wanted to have like one of everything from ColourPop that I like that I could recommend to you guys. So I actually asked ColourPop for this when they sent me my welcome package. I don't know that I was mind blown by this the first time I used it, let alone the second time when they sent it to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter because I know I have a lot of concealer still to go through in this drawer. Okay, this one I did pan, so I repurchased. This is the Pat McGrath concealer. I have the shade M21. I do like this concealer, but I wish I hadn't repurchased because I would rather go through some of the concealers I have, but since I have it, I'm gonna keep it. Okay, I used this Smashbox concealer a few weeks in my Shop My Stash. This is the Studio Skin Flawless 24-Hour Concealer in the shade Medium Warm Olive. This is actually a really nice concealer, so I'm gonna hold on to that. This is one of my favorite foundations of all time. It's the Huda Stick Foundation, so I don't plan on getting rid of them. I have the shades 420G, which is my summer shade, and then we have Biscotti, which is 405, is my winter shade. I really like these. They're creamy. They're pretty long wearing. They don't feel very cakey. And I don't have, I think, any other stick foundations, but I really like these ones. So we're going to keep them. Okay, so I have this in 2 shades. This is the new foundation from Hourglass. And I have the shades, these are close, 11 and 12. So this is the Soft Glow Foundation. Really, really like it. It looks like you've airbrushed your face when you wear this. It's a bit of a pricey foundation, but I grabbed both. I think, well, I bought the one when it wasn't on sale, and then I grabbed the lighter shade when I was shopping the Sephora sale. So I don't typically have 2 of a lot of foundations, but I was so into this foundation a few months ago that I have 2 shades. So yeah, I really just gonna keep saying I don't have any business buying any more foundations. There's something we can declutter. This is, something's wet. Ooh, this is the Say Beauty Concealer. I feel like a lot of people were roasting this concealer. I bought this because I did like a full face of Say Beauty, and yeah, I just don't like the applicator. Don't really remember being that blown away by this. It's a very light coverage concealer, and with my designer eye bags, I just don't have time for it. I'm also going to go ahead and declutter the Say Slip Tint. This is a broad spectrum SPF 35 tinted moisturizer. I just have a lot of other tinted moisturizers that I like more. This is in the shade 6, and yeah, it was just okay for me. I bought this one because I saw Michaela talk about it on TikTok, and this is the Smashbox Healthy Glow All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer. I have the shade Tan. This is a nice one. It's definitely very dewy, but I'm going to hold on to it because I don't think it's a bad foundation. This is the Patrick Ta foundation. I really liked this when I first tried it, and then I was like, wait a second, is this as good as I think it is? So I think I'm going to hold on to it just to have it and try and pan it, but I don't see myself repurchasing this. Also, I'll definitely have to try it now that it's winter, and I will keep you guys posted if this ends up getting decluttered. I've had this MAC concealer palette forever. This is the Pro Conceal and Correct palette in medium deep. I really, really, really don't use this enough. I should probably declutter it. It's just so hard because I typically like to have something with a doe foot so I can apply it directly onto my face and then just use a blender to blend it out. I know I could probably pick this up with the pointy end of a beauty blender, but that never happened. So I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. Okay, it's time to let this go. This is the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer, and I have the shade 4WO. Again, I picked this up with the foundation, and I just wasn't that blown away by this, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter it. Okay, this is the new KVD concealer, and this is the Good Apple concealer, I should say. This one launched this year. I thought this was really nice, so I'm going to keep it, but I have some concealers I've been trying out recently that have launched more recently that I really, really like, so I could see myself maybe getting rid of this next year. We'll see, but I would like to use it up. I did fall in love with this Tower 28 Sunny Days tinted sunscreen. I didn't think I loved this that much. I have the shade Runyon, by the way, but I wore this a ton this summer. This is a great product for moms on the go that just want to throw something on really quick. So yeah, I really like this and I'm definitely going to keep this. I really liked the Kulfi concealer. This one launched as a new brand at Sephora a few months ago. Kulfi is a South Asian owned makeup brand, so I was really excited to support, and this is the shade Glossy Guava. It's not a very heavy concealer, but it still does a good job of covering up my under eyes. And then I feel the same way about the LYS. This is the Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer. Also really like this one. There's not a lot of products from LYS that I would like highly recommend, but this is nice and it's also pretty affordable for a concealer. So yeah, if you've been looking for one, highly recommend checking this out. Okay, we have one more. This is the Huda Glowish Multi-Dew Skin Tint. This is a very glowy skin tint, so it's not for the faint of heart. I don't know if I would enjoy this right now because I feel like my preferences are changing. I kind of like a matte look, like a more normal, like natural matte versus a very dewy look. So it's kind of odd because I was really into dewy foundations for a while. This is in the shade Extra Tan. I think I'm going to hold on to this just to see if I'll use this in the future, but I could definitely see myself decluttering this in time. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if I get any use out of it. But I think that's it. I do have a few other products that are in like my Shop My Stash bin, and I have a few that I need to like put back into my foundation drawer, but I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet because I've definitely been talking for a while. When I'm on screen and I'm trying to declutter and talk through things, I think it definitely makes the videos longer. So that's why I don't always film declutters like this. But like I said, I've been working on reviewing all of my foundations for you guys. So hopefully you like this. I know some people like do rankings of their foundations, but I don't know, I just feel like I have so many foundations. The ones I kept, I think all work for me for different reasons. I have different preferences. My skin tone changes depending on the season. The weather changes here very drastically depending on the time of year. I've been pregnant for like God knows how long at this point. So that kind of changes my preferences too. So I don't feel like I'm mentally prepared to rank all my foundations, but I really do like all the ones I kept, so I was able to pile it all into this little bin. I'm going to go ahead and reorganize, and then these are all the concealers I kept. I know I have a few more as well, so yeah, I mean, it's still a lot. It's still a little excessive, but I'm not going to beat myself up about it because one of my favorite things to do here on YouTube is, of course, tell you guys about things that work for me, things that don't work for me, so that's always fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little kind of review style video. So I have 4 foundations in purgatory. I think I'm going to decide that this Dior needs to go because I've held on to it for too long already. I'm going to give these 3 another shot each and decide on if I'm going to keep them or declutter them, and the Lawless is definitely going in the trash. So yeah, that is it for today's foundation declutter. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you made it to the end, leave me a little heart emoji so I know that you're the realist. And I will catch you in another collection video very soon. Bye guys!